And so part of that problem ID is defining behavior. And this is super important when you are asked either by administrators or counselors to take a record of a student's behavior or situations that are happening, whether that's note taking or you're collecting basically behavioral data on students' behavior in your classroom if need be for whatever reason. But something that's really beneficial in this is it has to be observable and measurable. So when you're defining a behavior in your classroom, the behavior must be seen. So the big question when you're defining behavior is how does it look? And down here, I put an example of disrespectful. When, say you had to write up a student, for instance, and you wrote the student was disrespectful, I can't really see that. That you're like, what does disrespectful look like? So when you are writing these notes or trying to define and be like really trying to hone in on what the behavior actually is, it has to be seen. And the other thing about that, disrespectful means something differently from me to you. What is disrespectful in your classroom could be fine in my classroom. It just kind of depends. And that whole like definition from person to person really makes the waters muddy. And we want to be as clear as possible when we're defining behavior. So, and we'll talk about that in a minute, what that looks like. And then for the measurable aspect of it, we need to basically take the times that the behavior is happening. So the behavior happens during music class each day / week, or has happened this many times in one class. This is important too because it shows the rate at which it's happening in your classroom. It's not just a one-off, it's happening multiple times and it's actually becoming an issue. So knowing exactly how much it's happening could be an indicator later on that we'll find out about how to kind of resolve some of those issues that we're seeing. So it needs to be observable and measurable. And to me, that's very similar if you've heard of what a SMART goal is, which stands for a goal that is specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. But it's something that you don't want. It's a SMART goal of a behavior that we don't want.